we're going to quickly go through the Fantasy League because we haven't spoke about it in the previous episodes. So, in the table there, we did a very funny video where we picked the drafts for the games, and and a lot has changed for the whole thing. Already did a couple of bids, and still processing before like next Saturday actually. Now, so far, Phil is pretty much killing it. No negative points, and most of his games have released, and that includes Destiny 2, the final shape, which got 91, and also there's WWE 2K24, which you did a counter pick for it.
Counterpicked it, yeah.
Yeah, and you just pretty much lost points. How do you feel about that?
Not great. I honestly, I was trying to get the trying to get it up on my list because I haven't got it here. But yeah, I counterpicked it because they're inconsistent. You know, I feel good about you guys though because you all counterpicked me, and I think it's all going to backfire on you guys because all my games are solid. You counterpicked Indiana Jones, Avowed, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Metaphor Phantasmo, and Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma's already come out like trumps for me, so.
And I lost a lot of points for it. But,
yeah, exactly.
But going back to Phil, yes, he did counterpick Silent Hill 2 remake and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So there's a chance he could lose big time if the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle does indeed achieve over 90 points. But I think it is guaranteed it could be above 70. Who knows? But he did.
Yeah, the issue.
But he did actually have a slew of like Nintendo games, Xbox games, as well as PlayStation games. But I think that's the problem. Not enough PlayStation games in this year, so they ended up snatching some of the Xbox or even the Nintendo stuff.
Nicking our games. Keep our games away from you. I was going to say the issue I have.
Stay up the greens.
I think Davey's probably going to win because he got Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, which I already said is a fantastic game and he did really well. And he also outbidded me for Legend of Zelda, Echoes of the Wisdom, which I was desperate to get. I put $20 on it in fictional points and he put 50 on it. So he got it before me. So I'm gutted. I'm really sad because I wanted the Legend of Zelda so badly.
I think I did put a bit on for it, but then I lost out. And I just couldn't believe, like, everyone's going for Zelda. But Davey is just pretty much almost exhausted his entire budget. So he's he's already got all the games on the list. But I think he's going to regret it. Just as much as when I did huge bids on, like, Pikmin 3 and Hollow Knight. But I think at the moment he's pretty much being fed quite well. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Elder Screen's Shadow of the Erdtree is got like huge points, and it looks like he might actually benefit. I mean, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is 100% like going to be a high score. And he's also got Dragon Ball Z Sparkling Zero if it actually gets really good. But I think he's certainly picked the best food there. So, like you said, he could well win. Who knows?
I think Dragon Ball Z is going to be one of those ones that I know the fans are really excited for this version of Dragon Ball Z, but it's a Dragon Ball Z game. They never do well. I can see it getting a 6 out of 10 or whatever. I think that might be his downfall. That's why I've counterpicked it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We will see. I'm still optimistic I can pull this off, but as I said, Zelda was like the killing blow for me. I was like, if I get Zelda, I can win this, and then I didn't get Zelda, so I was gutted. I did manage to get Mario and Luigi, which might do well because it's a Nintendo game.
Yeah, Mario
but
and Luigi,
it's not Zelda.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
it's a bummer.
You also got some bunch of like Xbox games on there, which a lot of them got counterpicked, but you've got like Braid Anniversary Edition, gives you a good head start. And there's also like Frostpunk 2. Not much I know about
PC
it.
game.
Yes.
It's a very popular PC game, so I'm hoping that's going to do well.
But yeah,
I got a lot. Like that's when I've watched these fantasy drafts with like Easy Allies and stuff. The people who seem to win are people who put PC games that no one's heard of on there. Like the ones, like, because they seem to review quite well, like strategy games and stuff. So I've heard Frostprime 2 was pretty really good. So I was like, yep, I'll pick that. Aria, History Untold, I'll pick that. You know, go for the PC stuff. Go for the PC master race.
Yeah. Well, focusing on the other tables there, just look at Spencer. Like, he doesn't seem to add anything else to the list.
Yeah.
And only 3 out of 5 games are being taken in. But Pokemon Black and White Remake, I would absolutely go for it. But then it didn't get announced. You already got like Pokemon A to C, which is coming out next year.
Next year.
And Avowed is also his counterpick. But he really needs to fill his table up. So I don't know if you should like let him know and do something about that.
He's not, to be honest, he's not that interested in filling it out. I've asked him. We were out the other day drinking, and I was like, "Oh, you haven't done your fantasy draft?" Like, oh, so he's not bothered. I don't think he's bothered, which is surprising because he's a really competitive person. So I'm surprised he would want to be in a competition and not compete. You know, like I'm surprised he'd be willing to be 5th place in the competition because he's very competitive.
That's
I thought
he would
really. Be like, yeah, but hey, I think it's fun.
But if he ever gets back into this grind towards the end of the year, he's going to have a huge chance because all of us is just going to end up having all those games. And Spencer, if he ever comes back, he may have an advantage because of all the unannounced games towards the end of the year. Who knows?
Yeah, but you never know.
But for me, mine is just like a huge, interesting list there, which could be the worst or the best list ever. But of course, I picked Dragon's Dogma 2, which had a hefty loss of like 17 points, which knocks it down to 14. But that's only because some of the games are like only a few games have released. And also I counterpicked the Flight Simulator, so I'm waiting on that. But Mario Kart, unlikely to be announced because of Switch 2 coming out next year. But after I did some like risky picks there, like I got Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, the Stalker 2, as well as Fishes of Mana. And I already picked like Hellblade 2, Princess Peach Showtime, and Penny's Big Array. Big
Zenless Zone Zero as well, which I've heard is an interesting game. You got 7 points for that one. That's an interesting pick.
But I did a strategy again that I waited until we get to the middle of the year, whether you just get some more interesting games. And it looks like it could work out for me because I did pick Stalker 2 as a draft. That could be the best choice for this year because it's going to get weighted so much. But I not only did like Zenless Zone Zero, but also picked Assassin's Creed Shadows, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and Lego Horizons for Adventures, which could well be some really good picks. But the trouble is, it's just like, it's really difficult because I was going to go for the Sonic and Shadow Generations, but I thought it would be a 7 or 6, so it could be mid. So, but,
it could be mid, yeah.
But yeah,
I think Stalker 2 is good.
Yeah.
I think Stalker 2 is a good one. I was going to say is that we're talking about the rest of the year now. Basically, I'm just waiting for September to come now because literally every game I want to play is coming out in September. There's Age of Mythology retold on the 4th of September, then Stalker 2 on the 5th of September, Astrobot on the 6th of Septemper, Warhammer Space Marine 2 on the 9th of September, Dead Rising Remastered on the 19th of September, History Untold the 24th of September, and then Zelda Echoes of Wisdom on the 26th of September. That month is a stacked month.
I should pick Dead Rising, but instead I just picked Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection.
I'm not sure about Dead Rising. I'm looking forward to it, but it is one of those games that's kind of mixed bag. People love it, people hate it. I'm not sure if that's going to review very well, but I'm looking forward to it because I love Dead Rising. The game is so silly.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the X Marks the Box podcast. Follow us at X Marks Box on Twitter or X Marks the Box on YouTube, and follow us on all audio podcast services. Thanks for listening.